Hi, everyone. I'm Kyle Kramer, the CEO of the Earth and Spirit Center. And first of all, I just want to apologize for not being there in person and therefore recording this video. But as you view this, I am in the Grand Canyon with my son and my father on kind of a once-in-a-lifetime trip that we've been planning for quite some time. From a fairly early age, in my very early adulthood, I discerned some really pole star values of contemplative spirituality. I've been a meditator and a centering prayer person for over 3 decades. So contemplative spirituality, ecology or ecological concerns, and community. Care for land, care for people, care for God. And you can probably see the trajectory already. The things of earth and the things of spirit have always animated me and my work. For many years, for about 15 years prior to coming to the Earth and Spirit Center, I ran graduate theological formation programs for lay people at St. Meinrad, a Benedictine archabbey and school of theology in southern Indiana. And so I was deeply immersed in the world of Catholic formation and deeply committed to the community that we built around that enterprise, but not really able to bring my ecological concerns to the fore in my work. So avocationally, on the side, we ran an organic farm and I was a homesteader with my wife and 3 children. And I knew of the work of the Earth and Spirit Center insofar as I got the newsletter. Father Joe Mitchell had done some teaching in our programs and had been connected there. And when I saw the job opening for the executive director, my first thought was, this would be the perfect dream job. It would put together everything that I'm committed to. And my second thought was, but I can't leave this farm and this community, this life that we've built here together. And so I ignored it and didn't do anything with it for about 6 months until I saw Joe Mitchell again at a kind of common speaking engagement. And I asked Joe how it was working out with the new executive director. And Joe said, kind of hangs his head and he says, we have not been able to find the right person for the position. And he looked up and he said, you wouldn't be interested by any chance. And for whatever reason, kind of having sat with it for 6 months, it felt more possible then. And long story short, we ended up selling our farm and moving toward Louisville so that I could take up this work almost 10 years ago now. And I have to say, this has been just the most beautiful work I could have imagined falling into. It's so deeply integrative in the sense of, well, I mean, Pope Francis has finally given us that language. About a year after I came in 2014, Pope Francis comes out with the encyclical Laudato Si in 2015, where he talks about integral ecology. And we joked at the time that the Earth and Spirit Center was just waiting for an encyclical like this because it named and claimed so much of the work that we were doing. And that's what's animated me over these past 10 years, is getting to do, for my day job, this beautiful work of integrating spiritual pursuit with spiritual growth, with care for community and care for the rest of the living world. And one thing I wanted to say about the work of the Earth and Spirit Center, less so about my story, but the story of the place, is I see now, looking back after 10 years, how the arc of the Earth and Spirit Center has interacted with and embodied the Catholic tradition. And I'm going to say Catholic with a big C and Catholic with a small c. I mean, obviously we're Catholic with a capital C because we have these Catholic roots and we're a ministry of the Passionist Province and we're founded by a priest and, kind of grown up in the bosom of the Sacred Heart Retreat and still have, a great collaborative relationship there. But we're also very Catholic with a small c in the sense of being universal in our interfaith outreach. And the arc keeps going. We've also, at the same time, become more and more Catholic with a large C in the sense of having the opportunity to work more and more with Catholic schools and parishes, doing confirmation retreats and community building and ecological service. We're serving about 5 out of 6 local Catholic high schools now, plus plenty of middle schools and parishes, serving about 2,500 people a year in those programs, inviting them to a deeper connection with themselves and each other, the land and God through confirmation retreats and community building and so forth. It's so funny seeing these groups of largely high school folks. I'm thinking right now the groups of, I think, freshmen from St. X, and they arrive and they are so cool and they are, not about to tip their hat or show any kind of vulnerability. And I watch how they, after just a day with us here, leave with their hearts obviously softened and opened and their barriers broken down. So it's just so much of a gift to be working with young people through our retreat programs and our camps. It's honestly become the largest part of our ministry, even larger than our regular mindfulness classes, because across all of our programs we serve about 10,000 people a year, and as I said, 2,500 of them are coming from the Catholic world. And my hope is that we are changing a lot of hearts toward more love and care for themselves, for creation, for the Creator. And I'm just grateful to be part of this good work. Thanks so much.